Namaste. All right, guys, back again. Um, Today, we're going to talk about something I know people rationalize with all the time and have these experiences and try to make sense of it when they come to their waking state. And we're going to explain it in detail. So, today, we're going to talk about dreams. Um, Dreams, lucid dreams, dreamscapes, waking states, unconscious awareness states. So we're not going to be detailed in all these aspects, but that's what dreams always consist of, is these understandings of principalities of perspectives. All right, so dreams, we all have them. We have them with a lot when we're a kid, and then we get older, and then they kind of come here and there, especially when you get older, when you're an adult, middle age, going towards your middle age. You have a lot of dreams when you're in the 20s, but the older you get, your dreams start to change from when you were a child to when you start to become older. So we're gonna get a rundown on dreams. Now, we've seen some segments and read books on dreams. Not so many books because there's so many thought perspectives on how dreams work or how to navigate in your dreams or how to navigate in your astral projections, which is the same thing. But you can project in a waking state the same way. So you don't have to be unconscious or incoherent to dream. Anybody can dream, even in a conscious waking state. Well, we know this is daydreams, or delusional thinking, or imaginative creation and thought processing. So you kind of need to dream in a waking state to achieve a dream that you're trying to make a reality, like starting your business or creating a new idea and concept in culinary cuisine. I mean, you dream about it every day. You dream about becoming a chef, then you apply it into actual waking state reality, and then it happens. Then you achieve your dream. So, in this place, everybody likes to talk about achieving a dream or making the dream work. So, and that's what manifestation is. You can manifest your own destiny any way you like. Whether if you want to be a dope boy that want to lock down a block, or if you want to be someone that wants to open up a church, to somebody that wants to become an Olympian or get into the triathlon understanding. There's all sorts of manners in trying to achieve a dream and a dreamscape, because that's what this place is. It's a dreamscape. It's a dream world that has physical attributes that are so keen to your sense that you're totally attached to it. So, attaching and detaching from a dream, that's what you do every day when you go to sleep, right? Life is a dream. We hate to say this, but this is just the truth. Row, row, row your boat merrily down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. This is true. Guys, if you don't want to believe it, that's fine. If you want to believe this is real, that's cool. Whatever floats your boat in the realm of the senses. And there's only 5 of them here. Your sixth sense, what you guys call being clairvoyant, or having a keen attunement to hypersensitivity of reality and surroundings. So you become more sensitive into your dreams the more you have a precognitive awareness of emergence of our consciousness with yours when you begin to decalcify your pineal gland. So when you start to become this third eye awareness and you start to decalcify, your dreams start to become an actual nightmare reality, but it's in a very, very, very literal, very serious sense. And anybody that has attained enlightenment in this place wakes up from their dream nightmare scape. and they become to the truth of a realer nightmare, which is to obtain peace and tranquility in a place that's always against your mind, your physical body, your financial well-being, and your home, your temple, whether it be a physical construct or yourself. So, in the world of dreams, that you're stuck in this place, which is the fifth hell, which is a dreamscape in the demon's world, that they attach to your consciousness to be able to have fun with you guys' bodies, i.e., like climaxing, eating, poetry, even demons sing and rap too. So don't think that that doesn't happen. So, anyways, now we're going to get into the science of not just the waking state, dream state, but the subconscious, unconscious dream state that you go into, which is transpositioning to alternate realities through the understanding of Narayana, traveling from bardo to bardo. So anybody can try to make sense of the dream state that they're in a waking state, which is just all illusions, just like a dream. And then you wake up in your body and be like, damn, I just had a hell of an experience. All right, so this is what happens when you sleep at night and you start to like drift, whether it be like and this happens a lot, a person will instantly black out 5 minutes and be into a dreamscape instantly. Or it might take you a couple hours. Who knows? It's all about how you detach consciously from your physical mortal coil. Once you start to go under, your third eye opens instantly from where you black out or when you are in deep sleep. Your third eye opens. So you automatically project out of this reality. So people go on these wild quests. Like people will go and experience like being in somebody's body. A lot of people might have a dream to where they're falling. A lot of people have a lot of dreams about this. A lot of times people have dreams when they get older about death a lot. A lot of people have dreams about not so much fantasy shit. Now, let's step back for a second. Let's go back in time to when you're a child. When you're a child, you dream a lot. Okay? Now, let me tell you something about being a kid. And you guys know what the hell I'm talking about, so don't act like you don't. When you were a child, you used to have dreams, not about what you would have as an adult, but you used to have horrible, horrible nightmares built upon a hellish perspective and understanding. Like when you're a kid, you used to have nightmares about monsters. Well, you're not. You're having nightmares about demons. Your third eye is so open when you're a child, especially when you're in an unconscious, unwaking state, when you're drifting and then you transposition from this reality to an alternate reality. You go to hells with the mask off, guys, when you're a kid. So kids wake up with these crazy, horrible, fucked up ass transpositioned experiences. All right? Not dreams. Transpositioned experiences. So what happens when consciousness detached from a body, especially when you're a child, you're just going through the bardos of realities throughout Nardayanas and just attaching to a genetic match of your understanding into a slate, having a waking state experience in their conscious waking state. So you're jumping in bodies, whether you be an animal, whether you be a fish, whether you be a human. A lot of times we transposition you to alternate realities to where you see yourself as a human when you get older. But when you're a child, the truth is really set in. You're just going to worlds that are surrounded by hell matter or hell understanding. So when you're a child, most of your dreams are about nightmares of monsters and demons and shit in the closet or shit up under the bed because it's samsara, and that's what it is. See, kids don't normally have dreams about bills, a relationship. They don't. That's what grown people dream about. Kids have more dreams about very, very dark, imaginative fantasy settings. 80% out of children that have dreams are more likely to have nightmares. These dreams aren't really pleasant for kids. Kids hate having dreams because they always usually end up as a nightmare. It's usually us trying to show you as a child that you're in hell, you're inside of another consciousness of a demon, and then you're in a demon's world and you're just seeing crazy manifestations. All right? And when kids wake up from this transposition reality back into another previously aged copy and another alternate reality, not the same one you just left when you slept as a child, something has changed and impacted your mind to where you wake up and you remember the core details of the horrific nightmare that you had as a child. So as a child, you're just like, I had these dreams, Mom, about a monster in a closet, or I had this dream there's a monster on my bed, or there's a monster standing at my bed. The mask is off. We're showing you the truth of reality, even though if it's the same genetic match of the copy of the reality of the transposition body, the state that you went from and to, because it's still in the same space. A lot of kids have dreams about being in the same space, in the same type of reality, which are like at home or in their bedroom or on a car ride. All right? So kids have more dreams of horrific shit to where when you get older as an adult, guess what happens? When you get older, you don't have dreams about demons. You seldomly do. When you start to hit puberty, you have more dreams about, for guys, you know what I'm talking about, and for women that don't think they don't have them, they have wet dreams too in their sleep. When you have night emissions, when you start to become of age of puberty, you start having vivid dreams of stress, whether it be dealing with a female in an awkward situation or a sexual perspective that you might see in a woman in garments that might make you come to a sexual climactic stressful situation in your dreamscape. For guys, we're not going to explain about how wet dreams work and how you're really being assaulted by female demonstresses. That's another video. That's a big segment because I had to go over it with him. Like he had an experience with a night emission in the daytime, just recently consorting with someone, and just a couple days, and then has a wet dream for what? When usually that happens with buildup. If you haven't been masturbating or if you haven't been touching yourself or thinking about sex, you're just going to have one in about 15 days. Well, this one happened 2.5 days later. So he's asking me questions about what happened. Why did I have a wet dream when I just recently ejaculated 2 days prior? You're in the demon's world, guys. Anything goes, especially when you're asleep. So anyways, so during puberty, you have more stressful understanding dreams of something that is in an awkward situation, like I explained, or thinking about a female, focusing on some type of female garb or lace or even sex. Then you have your night emissions. But that's also an inducement of another non-locality consciousness. So then you get older. Then you're like, I don't know, in college. When people are in college, they don't tend to dream a lot, but when they do, they dream about the current situations, like a midterm, or being in class, or being in a previous thought environment of a recent event that happened prior a day ago, always in relevance of what's going to happen in your future. So you always have a dream of that manner, always surrounding in something that you're involved with that you're state of focus on, like college. So you have dreams about college life. You won't really have dreams about demons anymore. You won't have dreams about nightmarish horror figures, but it happens seldomly. You'll have more dreams about reality. So then you get older. Then you start shackling down with a spouse or husband or wife. Then y'all living together, working together, going to work every day. Then you start having dreams about, I don't know, bills or arguments and fighting, or something about somebody cheating, which is your spouse or someone that you're close with. So you always have a dream about a conflictive situation that might pertain to something of a jealous nature, a stressful anger nature, about money. A lot of people dream about money. A lot of people dream about financial woes. A lot of people dream about somebody cheating. Always with someone that you're with, that you're loving. There's a reason for it. All right. So there's a big reason for it. And it's all about transpositioning from alternate realities of something that we're trying to show you, or something that you're trying to show yourself, or something that demons are trying to confuse you about. All right. So in his situation, he had a dream to start a food truck and be Columbus, Ohio's top um, Black American Asian fusion, Eastern Western culture fusion chef, and he did it. He did Korean fusion, but that wasn't a dream he had subconsciously. That wasn't a dream that he had in the bed when he was sleeping. That was a dream in the waking state. So he achieved a dream and made it happen. And this is what we look for. As the divine, we look for you that think about making a change for the better when you start realizing truth about reality that plays you all the time. So he started his own business, and he realized he made money with his own business than he ever made working for people, ever. And that's the whole truth about running a business, and we're attracted to people that run businesses, that get on their knees and pray about their business sustaining. A lot of people, when they start a business, and it works a lot of the times for people that don't pray, all right? But how much are you willing to sell yourself and your soul self to get to a higher financial denomination? So in dreams, you will have these lucid experiences. And like I said before, you're just transpositioning to another body that is genetically not a clone, but from your understanding, and another copy of another reality and another infinite possibility, having an experience that we are trying to show you something. So everybody that has dreams will go through a situation when they wake up and they can't remember a timeline. They only can remember the middle or the end of it, but never the beginning. It's always fragmented in moments and minutes, to where in this dream state that you're in a waking state, you experiencing your dream for 24 hours. Then your body has to do something, and it has to shut down so the cycle can reset. So your body has to rest so you can detach. Now, to understand this reality is to break your mind. And it's easy to be able to decode this dream reality. It's all about forcing yourself to not conform to the understanding of falling for the cycle of rebirth. And when I mean the cycle has to reset when you rest, every time you wake up, you're reborn. Y'all don't see it that way. You don't. But this is truth. This is how you should always thank God when you wake up in the morning. You've just been reborn with a whole new principle and a whole new understanding. Even though that you're still locked in hell, we always try to inspire you through your dreams to become something else. So we'll talk to you and converse with you when you're detached from your mortal coil in an unwaking state, and then your true awareness, you're submissible to us. So then we inspire you to start shit. Like, what's a good example? To write the book of 12 Years as a Slave, which was based on a dream, actual reality, that somebody had to get to point out about his experiences in another form of hell, but it was an actuality to his understanding, which was all just an illusion. So he made this dream work, and he manifested it for everybody to acknowledge his dream. The same with the metaphor of obtaining your dream or getting people to see or share your vision in a dream. So everybody has a perspective of making a dream work, but people fall under sense here of that they're not in a dream world, they're in actual reality, which you can manipulate this reality. And that's through self manifestation and focus on your dreams. So when you focus on your dreams, it's like basically you have to not think in a delusional perspective. You have to find out what is going to be beneficial for sentience, what is going to benefit your community, what's going to help teach or heal people in your community, or what's going to inspire people, uh, whether it be in the music arts or the culinary arts or the architectural arts. It's all about us inspiring you to inspire inside of a dream world. As we inspire you in your transposition states into the bardos, so where you're submissive and we could just talk to you naturally without your arrogance that you are in a awakened state that you just like kill in the name of God or just deny God. That's not what we tried to explain to you in your dreams. You guys are gods and you can create anything you want in your dream world. And this is a dream world. And to break it, like I was trying to explain earlier before I got misdirected in my own thought and explaining this teaching, is that crack your brain. Force yourself to stay up for a couple of days. You'll start to see your reality change, but medical science will say that you're hallucinating. But if you get 10 people to all do the same thing at the same time in a home, let's say you take the weekend, you get 10 people like, hey, let's do this experiment, guys. Let's stay up for 3 days and see how reality will change on us visually. You'll start tripping balls without tripping on acid. Reality will start to change shape on you, and everybody will experience the same thing. But guess what? Somebody made all the shit that you stand on, which is the foundation of your reality. So therefore it stays in place. So shit's not really changing at all because you're in nowhere space. You're in nothingness. You're surrounded in dark matter. So when you see dark matter decode itself is when you start to crack your brain about, not your brain itself, but your pineal gland. When you stay up for 3 days, walls will melt and shrink and bend and breathe. Physical matter will start to misshapen on you. Everything will start to get brighter on you. You'll start to hear more. Your brain will start to become more like our brain, but you think that you're going crazy. You're not. Your dream world is shattering because you're decoding the truth of what you truly are, which is infinite. If you apply meditation to these stages of staying up, you'll be able to sustain in a dream world without sleeping. And there's the secret. Meditation is the truth, guys. Sleeping is the enemy. And when you're sleeping is when we fight with you harder. And then what samsara does is wipe your memories. So when you wake up from your dreams, you don't remember only fragments of your dreamscape that you had an experience in transpositioning. So you have to like decode that information and find out what we've been trying to tell you. A lot of people have dreams. Okay? A lot of people dream. And a lot of people astral project, which is the same thing. Okay? Astral projecting is the same thing as dreaming. Don't get the two twisted. You're projecting. You're just projecting. All right? Into other realities. So as you dream, you're still astral projecting. And it becomes a lucid dream. So when people have this experience in how to control lucid dreaming, which you can't, you can only inspire that understanding to do something. So you'll be like us, that little voice that'll tell them to lift up a hand, and you can't lift up their hand, but then you eventually get them to lift up their hand. And that's how that works. It's all about talking to that voice inside of that consciousness that you've merged with from your genetic understanding and copy, and you're trying to get them to wake up, or you're trying to get them to turn left with the car, or they're arguing and you're trying to get them to calm down, or you're fighting somebody and you're trying to get them or trying to bend the fight to your will, and you can't because he's having a consciousness experience and you're just the subtle voice in that consciousness to tell them to throw that kick this way or to throw that punch this way. We know what we're doing. You don't. We're helping you. Just listen. And that's how lucid dreaming works. You're just exterior, non-localized consciousness merged with consciousness. In that vessel, as the little voice like we are to you in your heads. That's how you control lucid dreaming, guys. It's like you try to control a reality that you can't control because there's somebody else consciously fighting with their own body that's already truth and locomotion because they're merged as one more than you're merged with that vessel. So it's pretty easy. It's not simple. You're just transpositioning in dreams into alternate realities, having a consciousness experience merging with another consciousness that is genetically linked to your copy, whether it be in the past or in the future, whether it be an animal, because with the DNA that exists, which is genetic coding of information, everybody here has a phantom DNA, and everybody's connected more than you know. So when you have lucid dreamings of flying on the peaks of Mount Everest as a bird, you've been a bird before. You can do anything you want. You can project to any vessel that you desire, but it's about waking up here first and being able to do it manually, which you really shouldn't do. You don't need to really worry about that. Only thing you need to worry about is what goes on here in your reality. There's no use to really astral projecting. It's fun. It's nice. That's what we do all the time. But you guys are still attached to a vessel that has been born from this place. So there's restrictions and boundaries to where you can't totally detach, where we can totally detach and reattach to our bodies anytime we please. We're masters of mind. You guys are not. So as we wrap this video up about dreams, it's just transpositioning to alternate realities, guys. Lucid dreaming, you can control consciousness, but you just have to keep repeating the same mantra in their head to make them do and bend to your will. Just like how we guys do with you guys. So pay attention, guys, to when you were a kid, when you used to have dreams about monsters and demons. And then you get older, then you start having dreams about female or male classmates. And then you have night emissions. Then you get older, and then you start having dreams about life. Why do your dreams change from seeing about monsters to when you get older, you start seeing about life? There's something that's trying to block you guys from seeing the truth. And they have to make sure that you fall into the lines of this understanding of social economic norms, which what him and his wife pretty much argue about. Well, not him, I do, as Siva. So, and it's not something to argue with me about. We just know how this place works. You guys are still trying to figure it out and write labels on everything and thesis and ideas and perspectives on how things work in your perspective. And this isn't truth. You don't go through traveling multidimensionally up and down Yagmugmi's mind throughout Nardayanas. It's something anybody can achieve. There's people that can go to realities to where it looks like some medieval shit with dragons and shit. There's people that go to realities that are like cartoons. There's people that go to realities and get trapped in video game worlds and then come back and have this crazy nightmare about being trapped in a video game called Shinobi. So anyways, you know, what's happening here? If you're attaching into vessels, you're only just attaching to vessels and then reattaching back to your waking state. So be thankful to be coherent as an understanding to where you don't detach and then reattach to another vessel on a regular basis like some shit like Quantum Leap. Quantum Leap kind of explains attachment of vessels, which actually was kind of telling the truth. As Scott Bakula would see him through the eyes of a woman, but he was just consciously attaching to another vessel. So if you look at the movie Quantum Leap, that can pretty much explain how dreams work. Watch Quantum Leap. That explains how dreams work. When you can look into the eyes of a mirror of a person that you are merged with consciousness and see that they're a totally different person, but there's a genetic strain that connects you to that person because you have already lived that life in the past, present, and future. So dreams are fun, but it's just transpositioning to another vessel. Again, like I said, like Quantum Leap. That's just what you're doing. There's signs and everything in this place, guys. It's in your movies, it's in your television shows, it's in your books, it's in your animes, and it's in your video games. And people, you just got to pay attention to the signs. And we teach people how to do it. We teach people how to become gods and goddesses that you once were. and now you became something else, which is something of Mars understanding. And we convert you from that understanding and stop having you become a monkey and actually become your original self. So stop dreaming, guys. Sleep is the enemy, meditation is the truth. You don't need to sleep when all you have to do is meditate. The key is not to fall asleep in your meditation. That's rule number one in the styles of meditations that we teach. Is to rule number one: do not fall asleep. You can cheat the system, guys. Crack your brain. Stay up for 3 days. Meditate. An hour between hours. All you need to do is meditate twice for each hour, and then stay up for 3 days and watch reality change. Challenge it. Stay up for 4 days. Stay up for 5 days. It's not sleep deprivation, guys. When you start seeing the reality start to change on you, and then you're going to start seeing manifestations of projected. Get back to the roots of what dreams are: demons and monsters. You're going to start seeing them. You're going to be like, how is this possible? I just watched my floor breathe. Now I'm starting to see things peak and just manifest right out of nothingness. We want you guys to see the truth of this reality. We don't want y'all to be bullshitted so much. I mean, that's what life is about in this place is all bullshit. It's all lies. It's all illusions. All right? Peace out.